Hi guys and welcome. My name is Daniel Arelid, and today I'm going to give you a quick overview of nyce.logic's user interface. So, logging into nyce.logic, you do on a browser. It doesn't matter if you have an iPhone or if you have a desk PC or if you have a tablet or anything else. Everywhere you just log into the system through the browser. There's no client that needs to be installed. When you do your login, you can use an ID, like Microsoft in this case, or just a normal password. So I'm going to log in with my password. When I come to my start page, I come to my homepage that I have created. So everything that you see here in the middle, that is my shortcut, my dashboards, my KPIs that I want to view. I'm also logged in as an administrator, meaning I basically have access to everything. So everything that you see here on the start page is the way I want to have it. That's something I have created, and I can move it around as I want. If I want to move this one, I just move it. Let's say I want to add a shortcut that I don't have today. So I open up warehouse operations from my navigation tree. I go to inbound. And let's say I want to have this quick unpacking that I don't have today. I can drag it up, it's there, I can move it around, and let's say, nah, I didn't like it, so I take it away again. You just take it away. So this is basically how you can construct your start page the way you want it to look like. Then on the top right corner, you have a few general settings for the system. So if you have several warehouses, you can move between your warehouses. So if I have, like here, 2 central distribution centers, I can move between those 2. Also, if you're a 3PL or if you just have different goods owner, you can move between the different clients. So depending on where you place yourself, you always see the data for that warehouse and that client. Next to that, I just have a recording of what's happening in the warehouse, what I'm doing as a user. So if you use the module Workforce Management, everything that you do in the system will be recorded, so you get a productivity on everything, so you can use for planning and follow up later. On the left-hand side, I have my menu tree. Like I said, I'm an administrator, so I have access to everything. I have my warehouse operations, administration, some queries, some reports, my system administration, and the possibilities of logging out, of course. It works like a normal navigation tree. I can open it up. I can open up a second level and I come directly. I can also start searching for something, and then I get all the results that are clippable for the letters that I'm actually writing, and then I can select from there. Besides this general dashboard I have on start page, you can see that I have 3 locked in tabs here. Those tabs are kind of a secondary start page that I can create and hand out to other persons in the organization. So I've, for instance, created an inbound dashboard focusing on just inbound, where I have some shortcuts. I have a couple of graphs showing purchase per order date in this case, and my inbound planning. Okay, when are actually trucks coming to the warehouse? By creating this screen, I can hand it out to other operators with the right access rights, so they can use them, and they don't have to create their own ones for this. Another example of this is the one that I'm having on outbound, which kind of looks the same. I have some shortcuts, I have an overview of the departures, and I have the customer orders going forward. So I have created a couple of different dashboard screens that is good for my usage. Next thing I want to show is how our different forms looks like. So if I select one form that I want to open, let's say I want to open the item form. I'll enter a page where you basically have a search query. You can just push search and you get all the results of all the articles for the existing search that I'm having. If I push those 3 lines, you can add different expressions. Like if I want, when I am entering this site, I want it to show only items that, like in this case, start with 10. Then that's what I'm always getting when I'm entering this. And here you can have several expressions, so you get a good query for the search result you want to have. All of these columns are sortable, so I can click on them to change the order. They are sorted. Every column here as well, I can move around if I want to place it at another place. This is also just example of data elements that I want to see on my item view. So if I push customize, I can see the ones that I'm having on the right side, that was the data elements that you just saw. But on the left-hand side, I have all the data elements available. So let's say I want to add a data element. I want to take cross-docking code. I can double-click. I see it turns up here on the right-hand side. I can also move it directly here to an order, and then I push OK. My new column is now here. If I want to give it another name, I can just call it CD instead of cross-docking. I can save it, it's saved. I can run the search query and to get the result for this one. When I've created something that I want to have for my operations, I can just save this form and decide who is going to have it and what's the name for it. That basically means that anyone with the right access right can use the one that I've created. So if we talk about a normal implementation, this is something you do initially in the project. You design these forms, what type of data is it you want to have as a customer. Maybe another customer wants to have another data. So you just create those. When you have them, they're available so that you can just, instead of saving like I did now, you can just load a query that someone has created before you. So this is back to the normal one, and I can search again. Next thing is I can go in and have a look at an article. So if I open up this first article, I first of all get an overview of this article. Then, as you see, there's a bunch of different columns with different type of information about this article. So we basically have collected data elements about the articles that belongs together in different tabs, and you can move between these. As you see, there's a lot of data, but just so you get a feeling for how it looks like. If I do the same thing now with customer order that we did with item, you will see that it's basically just the same. I open up customer order. I get to a list where I can do a search query. I can customize, so I get different ones. I can save it, I can load it. And when I open up a customer order, I enter a page where I see some overview details. And then I have a bunch of different details on the header, on the lines, custom properties, etc. So there's a lot of information in order as well. If I want to close something, I can either just close this tab or I can close all. As you see then, the tabs that I talked about in the beginning that was locked in, they never close because that's something that I always want to have on my start page. This was just a quick overview of how our system looks like from a desktop point of view, so more from an administrative point of view. I would also like to show you just quickly how it looks like for an operator when executing, for instance, and picking. So you get a feeling for that. Even though it's the same interface, there's different functions depending on if you do operational work or administrative work. If I move to my operative client, here I have a start page only focusing on the things that are important for me as an operator. So I have some inbound shortcuts, an outbound, and a third shortcut with just my multi-cycle. If I want to look at the navigation tree, I only have warehouse operations because I'm an operator now. I don't need the administration, I don't need the system administration, but I can still reach everything within the normal warehouse operation. So basically what you do is you hand out access right to your different operators of what they're supposed to see and do in the system and create start page and dashboards that are appropriate for the work they are going to do. So let's say I'm a picker. I'm going to go out in the warehouse, start picking. So I click on my picking screen. I can see that I have one order, one assignment in my trolley queue. So I start this order. Now you see there's a totally other type of interface here. There's a more interactive interface that will guide me throughout the operations I'm doing. So first of all, it tells me to go to this location, shelf 102. and I confirm that I'm there. I can do that with check digits. Then it tells me which article to pick, and I need to confirm it. So I confirm by scanning the article, and then the amount. So I confirm that I pick 2. I also have a trolley in front of me where I'm gonna place the different orders. So it tells me which compartment in the trolley I'm gonna scan. So let's put this one in V1. Then I've executed my first pick. Now I go to the second pick, but when I come to shelf 106, there's someone in the way. So I'm gonna swipe it and take the next assignment instead. So this is something you can easily do on your mobile phone. Just swipe it away if there's something in your way. Continue with the next pick. So let's confirm that I'm there. Confirm the article. Amount. Where to. Scan it again. Pick it. Confirm where I place it. Continue my picking and going through my picking path according to the route optimization that I have in my configuration. Continue to scanning. And I think this is the almost last pick. Here something else happened. So this article actually had a value-added service connected to it, meaning for this article, it's been tied to this article that you're supposed to do something in the process of picking. So me as an operator, I don't have to know what I'm supposed to do. I just follow the instruction. It tells me here that for this article, I need to add a green label. So I confirm that I do it, and it's executed. Now I've basically finished off my picking, and I take my trolley, I go to the pack station where I leave it for a packer. Now you have seen how the system looks like, both from a desktop view, but also from a mobile view. So you get a feeling for both how it looks like if you're an administrator or if you're an operator. And I hope that you really enjoy this video and like what you've seen. And if you want to see or hear more, you just reach out to us and we will get in contact with you. Thank you.